Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about the Sun conjunct Mars in Synastry. Now, the basic character, which is the Sun, and what drives and motivates the Mars person, may be strongly integrated. Um, the Mars person uh, may be very motivated and driven to help the Sun person. Their basic wants. If the sun is in Cancer, say, it could be something home related, um, family related, even. The Mars person, may have, again, much drive and motivation to do what the Sun person wants. If the Sun is in Aquarius, it might be things connected with altruism, humanitarianism, innovation, astrology, as some examples. And what the Sun person may be aware, because the Sun is about the conscious and what we're very cognizant of. And again, the Sun person may be aware of what angers the Mars person, which can be good, it can be bad. The Sun person wants to get under the Mars person's skin. They may know precisely how to do it. If they, on the other side of the coin, the Sun person, may be sympathetic to this information and try hard not to, do the things that could upset the Mars person. And the thing about this is, this could be, this is a potentially, a romantic connection. This could be a very intense, sexual connection between the two people. Because Mars is connected to sexuality, and also to the Sun person's actions, in some cases, may cause the Mars person, to become, agitated. Going back to looking at Mars, and it can be, if Mars is in Cancer, using that example again. It could be that past hurts or things from the past that the Mars person may be lamenting about. It might be brought up and it might be done to agitate the Mars person, as an example. And the thing is, the Mars person, may perceive, the Sun person as egotistical and arrogant. Now you have the Sun person may see the Mars person as overly disputatious, opposing, maybe somebody that's easily agitated or provoked. Another thing too is that sometimes, remember that this is a neutral aspect, so it could go either way. You can have, the synastry aspect with the Sun conjunct Mars could be where there's a lot of where these people can strongly, intensely drive and motivate each other, and it can lead to a lot of accomplishments and attainments as a result. But on the other side of the coin, you can have a lot of friction. It can be a lot of battling, combat, a lot of confrontation, and the situation with these two people sometimes can be contentious and even turbulent. Um, both people. I mean, the Sun and Mars are both have a connection with energy and vitality. So these people can often give each other energy lift and energy boost, and they have the energy often to work together and collaborate on projects and endeavors. The thing with an abundance and surfeit of energy. The thing about this too is, if this is a situation, especially if these people are very close and in a domestic situation. The one thing could be tough about it is that you got to keep in mind Mars is about leadership, the Sun is about dominance, and you look at this, and if one person is trying, to dictate or tell the other person what to do, it can be very tough. It's a situation where these people need to be careful not to be overly authoritative or domineering in the connection, because if that's what's going to happen, it's going to lead to friction and a quicker separation. So I believe so. You have to be careful, because this could be some cases a combative situation, because both people may want to have that control and dictate the course of action to each other. Now, the thing about this is, um, you have to, I stated this in my earlier videos, like about natal charts, right? About not to isolate any single one, astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, or position, what have you, make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, because with the sun, all the components in the chart, not just one. And the same thing applies to synastry aspects. And in synastry, naturally, you're often going to have a plethora of aspects between the two people, and one, aspect is not generally going to make or, break the connection of the person. And, the thing about this is, like this, in some cases, as I stated before, it can be contentious. There may be some acrimonious disputes between these people. But I mean, if you have, good, sinister aspects with Venus, as an example, and, say you got, Venus, you know, conjunct, one person's ascendant or sun as an example, that could modify this a little. The situation may be a little bit more tranquil and peaceful, with these people than otherwise indicated. And again, the sun conjunct Mars, just because somebody has that synastry aspect, remember this is a neutral aspect, so it can actually be in a positive light as well, and it can be where both parties, both people may mutually drive and motivate the other to, and it can lead to again great accomplishments, great attainments on both ends. And so when you're talking about conjunction aspects, they are neutral. They can have good and bad qualities in them, and this synastry aspect is certainly no exception. Now, the thing about this too, though, as well, is that when you have the sun conjunct Mars in synastry, if this is this romantic connection, the sun, remember the sun is about our focus and attention. The sun person may strongly focus and put attention on the Mars person's, it could be their sexual needs. And when you have in this as well, both sun and Mars are connected with action. So this connection could likely be one where you have a lot of activity, and you have little hesitation or procrastination in taking action. When these people are connected, whether it's a project endeavor, it's some work related matter, whatever it might be. And the thing too is, you look at this as well. This is having this synastry aspect between the sun and the Mars. Both the sun and Mars have a connection with vitality. The sun is about what is creative energy, and the Mars person may strongly motivate and drive the sun person to doing things that are of a creative nature. And the thing about this is it's just the simple fact you have this synastry aspect, and it can be very intense to say the least. When you have, and these people, there could be a very strong, could be nearly instantaneous connection that these people feel for one another on a sexual level. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.